This video will cover a lot of ground, including Bitcoin and its future. Bitcoin is likely to go up or down in price again between $120,000 and $170,000. Brad Garlinghouse is going to talk to us. We are going to look at BlackRock's newest Bitcoin ETF purchases. Have you seen that BlackRock recently put a lot of money into these markets? It looks like the organizations are beginning to pay attention. Let's jump right into Bitcoin 72,000 while you relax. The worth of $257 has gone up by 5% in the last day. Right now, while USDT and USDC are both worth 99 cents, pay close attention to the $183 slot. It should show a rise up to the $200 level, which is about $25. If we can't break through that $183 mark, prices may go back down to $150. Solana, remember that I think $1,000 is coming in if it doesn't stay at $130. What just now did we learn about Solana? Then where is the little tweet I was pulled up in? The capital of the Canary Islands. In fact, an XRP ETF was found in the same Canadian city. They just found out about a Solana ETF. I told you what I think will happen in 2025. It's really simple. It is thought that one of the top 5 will drop out, and Bitcoin, Solana, and XRP will be competing for second and third place. There will be an XRP and Solana ETF in 2025. These two things are next on the list of things to do. Once they are done, there will be 4 ETFs available. For the first time, Bitcoin prices started to go above $71,000. There is a key bullish trend line forming on the hourly chart of the BTC to UUSD pair on the Kraken market. The support level is at $69,500 on a 100-hour simple moving average. Right now, the price is more than $71,500. As the pair holds on to its gains, it may be able to break through the $73,500 level. I keep telling you $74,000, even when they come in at $73,500. People, this is the exact amount you need to be paying attention to. These are the signs that it's time to leave, and Brad Garlinghouse also talks about a Black Swan event right now. A Black Swan event could make the US the center of blockchain technology around the world. Since we know how this works, it's pretty simple. What will happen to the coin market if Trump wins the election in a few days? The US will be in charge of it. Pay attention to Brad for our last slide. We have an interesting expression that we will show. The left side of this chart shows how many internet companies are based in and worth a lot of money in the United States. The right side, which is related to cryptocurrencies, is not a big surprise. As we've talked about, the 1996 Telecommunications Act made it easier for regulators to understand how the internet worked in its early days. This has helped investors and business owners do well in the cryptocurrency area. In the US, this hasn't happened yet, but it might soon. I'm hopeful and agree that it may change because it will look different, no matter who wins. Ripple will win because Brad supports one side and Chris supports the other. Ripple will look like the winner in the end because they played a smart game, and BlackRock has bought more than $875 million worth of Bitcoin in the last 24 hours. The MicroStrategy businesses that Michael Stadler owns are getting ready to raise $42 billion to buy more Bitcoin soon. What does it mean? The answer is easy to see. Bitcoin's value will go through the roof. In the first movie I showed you today, I said that the season would not start until Bitcoin had fun. Bitcoin is just getting ready to go to the party, even though it hasn't arrived yet. Just pay. You only need to think about Bitcoin. Don't care about anything else. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Nothing will move until Bitcoin does its thing. It's really that simple, and we get it. A Bloomberg expert says that Bitcoin ETFs have gotten a lot of money in the last 13 days. It's like digital gold and a way to save money. When you look back at the inflows you've seen, do you notice anything strange about how the prices have changed along with them? Since they've already started, it's a pretty big amount. These things have in fact brought in a lot of cash. They started in early January and raised a lot of money in March and April. A lot of money was raised around the time of their start, but the last 13 days have been really tough. With about $4.74.8 billion coming in the last 13 trade days, I think some of this is just following the trend. Of course, some of this has to do with Trump's chances of winning as prices go up. After all, money has been coming in for 12 of the last 13 days for a total of just under $5 billion. I think that some people think that a Trump win will be good for Bitcoin. There is a lot of desire for these ETFs, but I don't know why. What does this have to do with other changes in the world of cryptocurrencies, given how different Ethereum and Bitcoin are? Is it because Trump's trade only counts Bitcoin? You make a good point, but people aren't really as interested in Ethereum ETFs as a whole. Since those things were released in January, you said they were worth about $23 billion. The $500 million that has been lost from Ethereum ETFs since they were released in July shows that no one wants them. Because there are so many, I could spend an entire section telling you why I think that, but part of the reason is that the theorem is a bit more complex, which makes Bitcoin much easier to understand. It is just digital gold or value in a digital shop. All of these things are bets against currency debasement. Then you look at Ethereum. Is it a tokenization platform, a digital app platform, or something else? There are a lot of different ways to describe it. And it's just that I think investors aren't ready or fully able to understand what's going on, and most people think Bitcoin is unique. So James, can these flows keep going? That is a great question. What does a good ETF do? Group and show strong growth. During times like these, we often see big amounts of money come in over weeks, days, or even months. There will also be times when money leaves the country. But in the long run, if that trend line is going up and to the right, that's a successful ETF category. There will be dips where things go down significantly, but if it's going up and to the right, that's a successful category. That's where I think Bitcoin ETFs are going. Gold exchange traded funds ETFs have had a great year. It's clear that gold has done well. The value of their assets is $130 billion. It's already worth $72 billion in these Bitcoin ETFs, so there's still more room to grow. When you talk to most people in our world, right? When you talk to most people in the TradFi world, Chinali, a lot of people still don't believe in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Plus, most of our coworkers don't take this place seriously, so there's still plenty of room for this to go on. If that many people think that, then yes, there is a lot of room for this to go on. 3 times as much money is waiting for Bitcoin. Then all of that money, all of that big money, will start to move out. It's going to be beautiful and unlike anything you've ever seen before. I'm about to start my 3rd bull run. I'm excited, I hope. Keith brought this up again last night when I said, I wish I could close my eyes, wake up in 6 months, and have freaking tons of money. This is what I like about it. Let's get ready for some fun. Things are about to get exciting. I'm excited. I know you don't like to wait either. Based on what Andres L. says, there might be some interest in Ripple right after the UX polls. Chris Bummer could replace Gary Gensler to talk about Gisler's possible replacement has led to 2 interesting choices. Who will take over now that Gisler is out? That's the question Chris Brenner and Arisika Williams ask. Chris Bummer remembers talking at Ripple Swells 2020 about central bank digital currency and encouraging people to use digital tools. People, watch out for your teacher. Solana ETL, we've already talked about it. There are already signs of the 5th wave of Bitcoin, and the price of Egrid crypto has gone up by $120 to $170. You know what my goals are? It's pretty much impossible for me to miss my goals. I'm all set. If I had to guess, I would say that Bitcoin is worth between 150 and 170 this cycle. Most likely, those numbers won't show up until 2025, maybe in the 1st quarter or late in the 1st quarter, right before tax season. If not, the conical light will show up on top in the summer. Remember that the bull run doesn't end this year, it's just starting. This is happening right now. It's possible that the parabolic blow-off tops will not meet the goals for Q2 and Q3 40. We might put that off. Once Bitcoin starts to take off, we can go back to all the data we have access to, get you some real numbers, and look it over again. The good times are just beginning. I really hope you're ready.